I'm Steve France, owner of the Music Store, and today I want to talk to you about rental contracts. I know it's not the most exciting topic that we can talk about in the world, but it can actually save you a lot of money. So let's get right into it. At the Music Store, we actually do a rent-to-own contract and not a rent-to-rent contract. There are contracts out there that are just rent-to-rent. It actually says on the contract, you cannot buy this instrument. I can't tell you how many people walk in here just frustrated that they've been renting this instrument for 4 years and don't own it. And I can understand their frustration. Now, the stores that carry these contracts that are from an actual national carrier, not a local store, will tell you, well, no, you can actually rent to own this thing. And maybe it's true. Maybe the company will let you, but the contract you're signing actually says you cannot rent this instrument. They will take a portion of their money and apply it forward to it, but it applies toward full retail. And that's the next thing I want to talk about. At the Music Store, we rent our instruments at our cash price. In other words, if you walked in and said, look, I just want to pay you for this instrument, whatever. What's your cash price? Well, the cash price is here. Now, a lot of stores say if you were to rent this thing, we're going to charge you full retail. So right away, there's a several $100 difference between the rental contract. At the Music Store, we do it at our cash price. Frankly, the other stores are smarter than I am. They can figure out two prices for the same instrument. I'm just not that smart. I can only remember one price for each instrument, and we remember the cash price. All right, the next thing that I want to talk about on rental contracts is the trade-up option. So a lot of times when we start off with a student-level instrument, you're going to want to upgrade at some point to a better quality instrument, or take like string instruments, you might want to go up through the sizes on instruments. There's two different ways that works, and this can get a little tricky sometimes. On band instruments, it's pretty straightforward. The first 12 months of the principal on your rental contract will apply forward to a better quality instrument. In other words, if you start off with a student-level clarinet and want to go to a performance-level quality clarinet, something that will take you through high school and maybe into college, the first 12 months worth of principal will apply forward with you on that. Also, it happens like a lot of times clarinets will go to a saxophone, or trumpets will need a better trumpet or something like that. So the first 12 months applies for it. The other time that we use trade-ups is a lot of times in violins. So let's take violins. Your student will start with a half size and go from a half size violin to a 3/4 to a full size. Because as their arms get longer, we want the instrument to get a little bit bigger for them as well. And what we do at the Music Store is we take half of your monthly payment, total net payment, and move that forward with you. In other words, we take half the money from we take your money from the half size and pull it up with the money from the 3/4 and pull it up to the full size. Oftentimes people walk in here ready for a good full size instrument and have $400 to $500 worth of equity built up that they can move forward with them. Now, a lot of music stores will say, sure, we'll take your money from the half size and apply it toward the purchase of the 3/4, which sounds pretty good. But you got to ask the next question. What happens when I outgrow the 3/4 size? That's when people start, rolling the pins on the floor and going, oh gosh, golly, you could sell it. All right, well, do you buy it back from you? You'll ask. And they say, oh, sure we do. Well, for how much? Well, for 1/3 the price. That means 2/3 of your money has just has been lit on fire and is out the door. The way the Music Store does it, if you're in the rental contract, half of your money moves forward with you throughout all the sizes. Now, there's another option on orchestra instruments. If you own the instrument, let's say we buy an instrument for $400, and we buy our instrument for our half size for $400. When you're ready for your 3/4, I buy it back from you at that same $400 minus a reset fee of $50. Now, what that does, that $50 allows me to put new strings on it, run it through the repair shop, take the fingerboard tapes off, get it cleaned up for the next person, basically. But then everything else, that $350, moves forward with you into the next size. And then that same thing happens when you outgrow your 3/4 and ready for your full size. We buy it back from you at the same $400 because the value of the instrument was $400. So we buy it back from you at that $350 again and move that $350 forward to the full size. Now, oftentimes on string instruments, we're going to go from student quality instruments up to some sort of performance level instrument as well. And we'll do the exact same thing. We buy it back from you at full value and move your money straight forward through whatever quality of instrument you want. Under $5,000, we're extremely hard to beat. Over $5,000, I'm going to recommend a couple other places. All right. So far we've talked about we do a rent-to-own contract instead of a rent-to-rent contract. We do our money we rent our instruments at our cash price instead of full retail. And our trade-up options are far more advantageous than most that are out there. The last thing I want to talk about is interest rate. There are some contracts in the state that actually rent money at, get this, 27% interest per month. Now they don't call it interest though, they'll call it a rental service fee. But when you read the contract, it actually says on the contract, not that I've ever looked at this, but when you look at it, it says each time you make a normal monthly payment, 72.33% of your monthly payment will apply. 72.3% will apply. That means 27% of your monthly payment does not apply. You say, well, what is this? And they'll say, oh, that's a rental service fee. I don't care what you call it. Interest is interest. When money that you're paying in doesn't go toward your instrument, that's interest. And that's 27% per month. So read those contracts really carefully, you guys. Those 4 differences that we offer here at the music store will save you hundreds of dollars. If you have any more questions, feel free to give us a call. Telephone number here is 435-673-6000, or stop on in anytime and we'll show you around.